there was someone that I knew that had a run-down house. And a rundown is really not a good enough example of what type of shape it was in. But anyway, they wanted me to buy it, and I guess you would call it flip it, to fix it up, and so I was going to do that. I was going to borrow the money, buy this house, and fix it up, and then sell it. And so this lady already had a real estate agent before she contacted me and asked me if I would take it off her hands. And so she said, since it's not very much money anyway, I'm just going to let my real estate agent handle it. And so I got my daughter-in-law, who's a real estate agent, and I asked her, I said, why don't you get in on this? And that way the two of you can split this little commission and all will go well. So my daughter-in-law comes to me and she says, now, in order for you to, sign the contract, you'll need to put money down. I think it's called good faith money or something. You need to put some money down. And I told her, I said, I'm not going to do that. I knew the woman very well that I was buying the house from. I told her, I said, you just go to the other real estate agent and you just tell that real estate agent to ask the owner of the house if she expects me to put money down. I said, what I would rather do is in a week, I'll show up the day that we're supposed to meet the lawyer's office. I'll bring a check for the entire amount. There's no reason going through all of this, me putting $500 down to hold it for a week. She knows I'm going to take it. I told her I was going to take it. Just have that real estate agent call her and see if it's not okay. And so they got back to us and said, oh yeah, well, that'll be fine. Just bring the check for the whole amount whenever you come. You see, it's in most instances doing business, we can't do that, but that really is the right way to be able to do business. If I give you my word, you can count on it. Well, my name is Richard Coleman. I'm the pastor at Shepherd Church of the Nazarene in Lexington, South Carolina. It's great to spend just a few moments with you today. Been looking at James. James has been talking to the Christian church, and he's trying to give them advice about how to live a Christian life in a world where there's not that many Christians. And one of the things that James says is, he said, don't take an oath. That seems kind of odd. He said, don't take an oath. And actually what he's doing, he's using the same words that his half-brother, Jesus, had said. Jesus had said, let your yes be yes and your no, no. I don't have to put my hand on a Bible. I don't have to, swear by this or that or whatever. Jesus said we ought not be swearing about anything because we don't have control over anything. Just let our yes be yes and our no be no. A Christian's word needs to have value. If I tell you something, if I tell you I'm going to be somewhere, I need to be there. If I'm going to tell you that you can count on me, then I need to make sure that I fulfill what I tell you, because I am making a statement that as a Christian, as a follower of Christ, you can count on that. You can take that to the bank. I think too often we don't appreciate the value of our word as a Christian. And if we get to a place where we say, oh, well, I know I told them I would be there, but it doesn't really matter. Or I know I promised them this, but they won't remember anyway. And I believe that some people even get to the place that would say, God won't even remember that promise or that vow that I made to him. It wasn't that big of a deal. It just seemed the right thing to do at the time. He won't care. I think we're going to be shocked if that's what our feelings are. I believe God listens to every promise and every vow that we make. And I try to tell people, don't make a promise to God unless you plan on keeping it. It would be better to never, ever make him a promise than to make one and break it. I'm not saying that you can't be forgiven. You can be. But so many people just make and break promises to God and then just forget about it. I would not want to be in their seat on Judgment Day. So kind of get back to what James is saying and the practical side of living a Christian life every day. If you do mess up, or if you have messed up, if you told somebody, you can count on me, I'll donate this amount of money to whatever cause, and you can just know that I'll do that, or I'll be there to help in this project, and whatever reason you just didn't do it. You know what we need to do? We need to go find that person and say, look, I gave you my word and I failed to come through. Here's my excuse, here's my reason. If you will forgive me, this won't happen again. You'll be able to count on me from here out. You see, our word means a lot. Jesus said it. James repeated it. He said, we don't have to make big oaths and swear on things. All we need to do as a Christian is give our word, and that should be enough. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May you be true to your word as you travel throughout this week. Thanks for taking the time and viewing today.